Hi, I'm Phil with Castle. I'm going to give you a quick overview on the new Castle110 pocket cutter. So what makes the Castle110 special? First, we need to take a look at the pocket. Here's the Castle110 pocket. So the pocket's actually cut with a router. That's why these are so clean. And that's true of whether you're using hardwood, softwoods, or even composites like plywood. Here's a sample in some cheap builder's grade plywood. You can see how crisp and clean that is. So if we compare that to a drill pocket, we can see down at the bottom of the pocket, the fibers are torn. The drill will actually tear up the top layer in plywood veneer pretty good depending on the situation. So if we lift the two samples up, you'll notice that the Castle has a through hole for the pilot hole, nice and clean, no trash. If we take a look at the drill pocket, there's trash that's left at the end of the pilot hole. The reason why that's a problem is 9 times out of 10 that trash will fall out when you're assembling your two pieces, and it will not allow you to close the joint properly. The other thing that happens is if you're putting glue on your joint and you're wiping glue across this, that motion will actually pull the trash out of it and stick all the trash in the glue, again causing problems to get the joint to close. Let's take a look at a couple of cutaways. On the top, you're going to notice the Castle110 pocket. The screw is entering the wood at a super low angle of 3 degrees. On the bottom, we have a drilled pocket. The screw is entering the wood at 15 degrees. Right off the bat, you'll notice how close that screw is to the face. That can really weaken the joint. Now, because the Castle has such a super low angle, what that does is that minimizes any chance of shifting when you go to assemble your two pieces. The drill pocket is actually known for shifting issues. Now, you can mitigate the problem by using face frame clamps. However, that angle is so sharp, a lot of times it will actually overpower a face frame clamp. Now, if you're more comfortable in using that on the Castle110 pocket, that's fine. However, with a little bit of practice, you can simply use hand pressure to assemble your joints. So let's take a look at the Castle110. Right off the bat, you're going to know it's a great looking tool. It's made out of aluminum, stainless steel, high-tech plastics. We take the dust cover off here. Here's our router. That's actually what's cut in the pocket. So the router rotates in the case on a pivot point down here. So as I pull this lever down, the router rotates like this. If you take a look at the tabletop, you'll see the router bit come up out of there. That's actually what's cutting the pocket. So if I put my cutaway on here, so the router's rotating in this fashion, that's what's cutting the pocket. So the procedure, so we clamp down our work. With the machine on, we pull the lever down to cut the pocket. We come back with a drill and the included drill bit. There's a drill guide on the end of the machine. We drill the pilot hole. It's as simple as that. So the clamp. One of the biggest requested items we've had from our customers that had the previous unit, the Castle100, was a quick clamp. So here it is. So it's a 3-position clamp. Here's our open position, our setup position, and our closed position. So how it works, we put our work in, we move it to the setup position, then we adjust the pressure plate just till we're just lightly snug. We're going to clamp it down, we're going to test it. That's good. So from then on out, it's a quick clamp. It's as simple as that. Next, we'll go over the pressure plate. This is the plate that actually puts pressure on your work. So let's go in for a closer view. So here's a close look at the pressure plate. If you notice, there's inch increments all the way across the pressure plate. So if I have a particular piece I want to put screw pockets in it, a 1/2 inch from each edge, we simply align it with the 1/2 inch mark, clamp it down, cut our pocket, drill our pilot hole. We can then move it to the other edge at a 1/2 inch, clamp it down, same procedure. All right, let's take a look at some of the other features of the Castle110. On the front, you'll see that there's a dust port. The dust port works great with most of your smaller vacuum hoses. Works especially great with your European vacuums like Festool and Fine. On the side, there's a clamp port here. On the opposite side, there's a clamp port. Just about any of your woodworking clamps are going to fit. You know, C clamps, this happens to be a quick grip. It's as simple as that. Now we got a nice stable machine to cut pockets with. Let's talk about the web. So what is the web? So the web is the distance between the end of the board and the bottom of the pocket. It's that distance right there. The Castle110 has 5 different web settings. The reason why that's important is, depending on the thickness of material you're using and the length of the skew that you have, you can adjust the web so that you have the appropriate number of threads entering your opposing piece. This is a very unique feature to the Castle110 that you simply don't see on the drill guides. So the Castle110 was basically designed for material thicknesses of say 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Out of the box, the machine is ready to go for 5/8 of an inch thickness and above. All you got to do is plug it in and turn it on. But let's say we've got thinner material, let's even down to 7/16 of an inch up to 5/8. We include what we call an overlay plate. So we simply attach this to the WorkTech. Now we can cut pockets in thinner materials without having to adjust anything else on the machine. We don't have to lower the router bit. We're ready to go. The clamping procedure is the same. Pocket cutting is the same. Real simple procedure. Okay, so I've already shown you the clamp port. So let's say you have a piece that you need a little bit more support on, say a cabinet side. What you can do is simply make a support out of 2 pieces of wood. That will simply support your piece, and you can cut screw pockets on it. However, one of the nicest things about the Castle110 is it's mobile. And what do I mean by that? Let's say, for instance, you had a big cabinet side that you didn't want to bring to the machine. You can bring the machine to the workpiece. So let's say you got that big cabinet side on sawhorses. You can simply bring the machine, put it on the edge of the cabinet side, clamp it down, cut our pocket, repeat the process. This is true of a piece that's in a vertical position. Let's say that you have a partial cabinet already installed and you want to add a face frame to it. We can take the machine, horizontally clamp it, cut our pocket, and repeat as necessary. Super great feature. Stay tuned for some videos of the 110 in action and some tips and tricks videos. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.